Not quite. Quite a few things break this seeming contradiction. When examining the definition of arbitrage, we see that we need a fixed time t before talking about the arbitrage condition. In other words, if there is an arbitrage in the model, a trader needs to be able to elicit such unfair advantage by a certain time t. Otherwise, one cannot elicit this unfair advantage deterministically, and thus arbitrage does not exist. Indeed, in our roulette game, the player only makes that $1 on his first win. But there's no guarantee that the first win comes within the first 10 games, first 20 games, or any set number of games. So our theorem holds and no contradiction is found. However, one may still question, isn't the definition of arbitrage somewhat flawed? We want to use arbitrage to represent the idea of free lunch, and the player is indeed getting free money out of the game and becoming a millionaire. How can there be no arbitrage? The answer is simple. In the world of the player, the definition of arbitrage may have to change, but in our current world, this definition is perfectly functioning. And the reason is simple. In the player's world, there exists a source of money willing and capable of lending any amount. In ours, we definitely do not. Therefore, this unfair advantage does not exist in our world. In reality, we will have to worry about the risk of defaulting before playing the game with such strategy. In the real world, each financial portfolio essentially has a lower bound. If the owner of the portfolio goes below such bound, the owner is forced to declare bankruptcy. In our case, once the player goes bankrupt, he has no ability to participate in future games, and thus ending up losing a fortune instead of winning $1. So, as an example, suppose a player following the exact same strategy can lose up to $1 million before bankrupt, which is equivalent to losing around 20 games. The probability of losing 20 games in a row is abysmal, and he almost surely wins that $1 before going bankrupt. But that's only $1. What if he wants to double his fortune? Roughly, he only has a 40% chance of getting another $1 million using this algorithm. And with probability around 60%, he would go bankrupt. We see he's better off betting the $1 million to begin with, in which case he would have a 50% chance of getting that extra $1 million or a 50% chance of going bankrupt. Looking at a more extreme example, what are the chances of the millionaire becoming a billionaire using this example? Well, it is essentially zero. We see what is achieved by the gambler in the imaginary world is definitely not possible in the real world.